Good afternoon, Outdoor Artist here. And I'd like to start off with a quick tour of these beautiful flowers. This is a loosestrife called the gooseneck loosestrife that was given to us by our friend Mary in Florida. Actually, before she left for Florida. And what you don't notice from a distance is, and I'll try to get up close so you can see, almost every one of these flowers as you get closer has got either a bee or quite often a butterfly, insects of various types just enjoying these flowers. So this whole area is alive with insect life. There's a nice bee enjoying a bloom right there. I'll see if I can get close without annoying him or getting stung. So that's a starter. The second piece though is the primary focus of this video, and that is a recent installation that my wife helped me with over the weekend, and it's a triangular sunshade that we've installed over the water feature. It was inspired by the small water feature that we dug in the woods that I pointed out in a previous video was doing quite well, and this water feature had gotten a lot of the shade taken away from it over the course of the last year or two, and the water had taken on kind of a greenish cast. And so our thought was, let's try cutting off some of that sun and see if it helps. Well, it's been a remarkable change. It's difficult to tell just from this look because the water looks still a little green, but you'll have to take my word for it that it's the bottom of the water feature is actually brown, and so you can see all the way to the bottom now. You can see a very large frog right there if you look closely, just to the right of that koi net that my generous sister from Arizona gave me. You can see a big frog sitting there enjoying the sunshine that's in that portion. That koi net, by the way, is to protect the roots of those plants from the fish, because the fish get very hungry and overgraze, if you will. In addition to cutting down the amount of green in the water, the other thing this net did, for some reason, or this screen I should say, is within a minute after we put this up, the fish just came to the surface as though they were enjoying finally getting some shade. And since that time we've seen a lot more surface activity from the fish. There's a couple of goldfish and they're almost at the bottom of the pond, so hopefully I'll get close enough and you can see them down there, and you can see that the water, the bottom of the pond is brown itself. The water clarity is actually pretty good, but we've seen a lot more surface activity from the fish, and we're happy with this installation. You can see it's a simple 3-peg operation designed so that it can be taken down in the case of high wind. We set it up with this kind of an arrangement so that this hook can simply be unsnapped on each of the corners, and it can be taken down for high wind, because as you can imagine that could be a lot of pressure on this in high wind. We did go through a storm the other day, and we left it up just to kind of see what would happen, and it weathered it fine, but the wind wasn't all that high. It was just a lot of rain. So that's an update on the sunscreen, the sunshade from the water feature. I am Outdoor Artist, signing off.